Skyward! Scatter!
Part of me knew that was gonna happen. Part of me knew. I can't believe I'm saying this in 2024, but... Man, does Xiao feel fucking great, this Abyss. He feels amazing, this Abyss. I wonder how to build C0 Xiao in C2 Farina, C0 Xianyun, C6 Faruzan team. Which set should you go? Vermilion, Desert Pavillon, Maréchal Say, 2-piece, 2-piece. In a perfect world, you want to run Maréchal Say. But if you're playing Xiao, right? Xiao has crit ascension, so if you're using a crit weapon on top of that, it can be really, really hard not to overcap on crit rate. Which makes it so that, like, while technically Maréchal Say is his best set, you won't always really be able to make use of it, depending on which weapons you have. Which means you can get away with some of the other options, like Vermilion. Honestly, Desert Pavillon should be pretty decent with Xianyun specifically, because Vermilion loses value, but Vermilion is still a lot of stats. I'm not sure exactly which one would be better. I would expect it to be close enough to just use whichever substats, like whichever set you have better substats on. And then for stats, you want to go damage percent for sure. You can go attack percent on Xiao at a baseline, but attack percent doesn't increase Xianyun's damage, whereas damage percent does. So even if you already have a lot of damage percent, you still want to get more. Comparable is Xiao when having Xianyun and C6 Faruzan to other carries. Honestly, I like him a lot more now. It's hard for me to say actually how good, but he definitely is a lot better than he was. I'll think about it some more. Like, his main upside is that in that team, right? You have nothing that you need to reset up across waves, right? You have a setup that will work no matter what, right? You don't have to go and refresh VV. You don't have shit you need to refresh if a new enemy spawns or anything like that. And you're not restricted physically to any area, right? There's no circle impact. And having both of those things together makes it so that even if he performs a little bit worse in terms of just straight up numbers, it's gonna be really nice in any actual situation, right? But yeah, I think Xiao is now a very good example of a character where to theocraft Xiao properly, you can't just look at the DPS numbers, right? Kind of like Navidad. Yeah, kind of like Navidad, although I would argue that it's even more so the case for Xiao than for Neville. For Neville, you do have to reset up your VV or your whatever. Is Pyro Xiao ironically better than Anemo Xiao? No. 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 The damage numbers will be higher, but it's not as good. Just in general, all of the teams that are reliant on like your plunge setups and like that, like they can get scuffed very easily. Like very, very easily. Just by the enemies moving a little bit. Right? Oh, fuck. And like one of Xiao's biggest strengths is his ability to consolidate AoE and just do well in AoE situations. Right? And he's not like... I mean, especially now with Xianyun, he's not restricted to Circle Impact anymore. Overall, I just think that, like, Pyro Xiao is funny, but it's not as good. It's just inherently going to cause a lot of cringe. Try Xianyun, Xianyun Farina. It's not bad, but not amazing. Yeah, that's kind of what you'd expect. It's alright. It is what it is, in other words. Does C6 Faruzan still need a lot of ER? Yes and no. You need a lot less. So it's not nearly as bad. But you still need some. You can't just ignore your ER entirely. And how much you need is going to depend on the team. But yeah, I will say, I've actually been enjoying playing Xiao. Thanks to Xianyun, which is really nice. I think it's honestly probably more because of Faruzan than it is because of Xianyun, but still, it's nice. Okay, shut up. Let me be. Someone who plays Hutao a lot, would you say Gaming is different enough to justify building him? Assuming both are using Xianyun. That's a good question. I do think that they play differently, but I don't know if it's different enough that you'll actually enjoy having the additional playstyle available to you. If it were me, I'd build both just because I build all my fucking characters. But the reality is I can't tell you that. It's really just gonna be up to you whether you think they feel different enough. When I was a kid, sometimes we would have like computer periods at my school, but there was like nothing on the computer except a game called thab, which is basically a typing teaching game. That's how I learned like how your hands are supposed to be and all that. But then I actually became decent at typing because I needed to flame my League of Legends teammates fast so that I could go back to playing. So yeah, you heard it here first, chat. If you want to get good at typing, just play League of Legends. True. Why is nobody talking about Plunge Alhaitham? Surely that has to be good. It's not. Alhaitham's damage is basically all coming from his skill, not his normal attacks. And he's building EM, which doesn't increase plunge attack damage. The only reason why you do a plunge attack for like the hold E plunge is because you can't do a charge attack without starting with a normal attack. So if you just E and then charge attack, your first mirror proc will be 2 mirror, because your normal attack will hit before your charge attack does, right? The only reason why the plunge is better than the charge, and like significantly so, is because you're getting that 3 mirror hit on the first mirror proc. It's not that his plunge multiplier is that bad, it's just he's a good unit that actually has something he can do, and no synergy with Xianyun. You can do it if you really want, but it's not gonna be his best team at all. What do you think of Chiori? Do you think she's worth it if I don't play her in Mono Geo? I don't know. Honestly, I think that Chiori's design is really good, but I don't like that her E basically has no AoE. It actually feels really... like, it's gonna feel really shit to play because of that. So, I don't know, honestly. I mean, I'm glad I'm not getting her, is all I'm saying, you know? Chiori or Xianyun when I don't have Xiao or Ito? Nahida. Just straight up. No, but if you really want to get one of the two, just... I mean, Chiori's not that great if you don't actually play her in a Geo team. Whereas Xianyun has a bit more teams she can be good in. So you can... So, like, in your position, I'd probably go for Xianyun. But if you like Ito and you're going to get him on his next rerun, then Chiori can be fine as well, right? Like, it's yeah. It is what it is. Is Chiori only good with Ito? No. She can be good with Noelle. She can be fine with Navia. She's not, like, great. I think the biggest issue I have with her is that her E is, like, basically entirely single target. Which is, like, Yeah, also, I agree. The dolls are fucking ugly. Her animations look like they're not done. I don't think I've ever seen a character... I don't think I've ever seen a character from like in like beta footage that looked as unfinished as she does. Like, her old animation looks fine, but her skill, the dolls are just there, not moving, not doing anything, and then the enemies take damage. It's kind of